I've been talking about Anheuser-Busch on the channel quite a bit because I think it's a really good example of what happens when you alienate a large portion of your customer base. Companies really have no business getting involved in anything political. All it does is push people away. And when you're a business, you need as much money coming in as you can get. It just makes no sense to alienate people. So you've got Hollywood. We're going to get to Disney in a second. Hollywood is now grappling with the loss of young star power. I'm actually kind of surprised that they wrote this article. We used to treat movie stars like gods. And then, well, what happened? Social media happened. And a lot of that mystery, who are these people? A lot of that went away. You know, there was a whole business in following these people around and taking pictures of them because you didn't really know anything about them. They were so private. They had their own little scenes, their own little hangouts. You never really heard what their thoughts on current day thing was. You didn't know anything of that stuff, and it was better for them. Now, well, it's a little bit different. You know everything you need to know about them, and it's always whatever the current establishment thing is. They support it. They're all about it. And when you do that, you take away a lot of the mystery. That's why there's just really not a lot of superstars or movie stars left. Harrison Ford. Like, this is what got this whole article written, is about how Harrison Ford got a standing ovation at the premiere of The Dial of Destiny. It's because he's Harrison Ford. I can also tell you, I don't really know anything about Harrison Ford's politics. You know why? Because his ass isn't on social media. Same with Tom Cruise, who has done some stupid shit, but he's kind of washed all of that away. Like, you don't really hear his opinions on anything anymore. And if you do see some kind of social media post from him, it's him doing a weird, crazy stunt. Like when he thanked people for going to see Top Gun Maverick. It was him riding the wing of a plane, talking about how grateful he was for people going to the movies, and then he jumped off. Oh, no, he didn't jump off the plane. The plane did a spin with him on it, and I think a dive. It was a really cool scene. And that's all you see from Tom Cruise. And when you go to see, here's the difference. When I say, let's go see that Tom Cruise movie, you know what you're getting with that. Mission Impossible, you know you're getting with that. Nobody says, let's go see that Chris Evans movie anymore. Let's go see that Robert Downey Jr. movie anymore. Robert Downey Jr. doesn't put butts in seats, and Robert Downey Jr. was one of the biggest franchise pieces of the decade. And I say that because right after Endgame, Doolittle, that movie he did, flopped. Spectacularly flopped. It's more about the character and the franchise now. It's not about the movie star. And this is Hollywood's fault. They did this to themselves by doing stupid shit like this, for example. Here's Ellen Barkin. This is a Hollywood actress, not a huge person. She's mostly known for being the waitress in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. She was in the Ocean's 13 Ocean's movies. I think she's Ocean's 11 and 12. Not a huge name, but it's a really good example of some of the stuff these people do. And, well, it gets them a lot of likes on Twitter. It doesn't help make anything they do popular because it alienates, let's be honest, half the country. Half of the country. So this is just this is a good recent example because this was said on May 22nd. It says, I effing hate these effing Republicans, every last one, F them. Like, this doesn't make anybody want to back your brand. So this is a really good example of how the movie star has died. Social media has a lot to do with it. Took a lot of the mystery away. Lets you really know, these people don't want you as fan. They don't want you as a fan. They don't care. And, the Hollywood studios, they're no different. Take Disney, for example. I told you we're going to get to Disney. Now, Disney has been very political over the past couple of years, especially in Florida, when they got heavily involved in a bill that was passed there. What happened? Well, it alienated a large portion of the country, and because of that, they've lost a lot of their popularity. They still have a lot of popularity with Democrats, but the Republican view of the company has cratered. That's like 90 million people gone now that now look at you with a lifted eyebrow. And what's going on with Disney? They're laying a shitload of people off, pulling stuff off of Disney Plus. They're not doing that great right now. They're in bad shape. It's a good example of what you shouldn't do as a company. But they want to jump in on politics. This is what happened. It has now turned them into a polarizing brand. That's not where you want to be. I'm not even like a business person, really, and I can tell you that. Disney's fight against Ron DeSantis splits fans as it drops a dozen spots to 77 in new poll that ranks reputations of 100 companies. Firm's popularity spikes with Democrats, but Republican view of the company craters. It's affected them in other ways as well. Their stock is down under $90 again. The last time this happened, I think, was during the COOF. Did it even go? Yeah, $85. Can I get it to go there? There we go. March 20, 2020, $85. That's where it was. And then, of course, went up. It spiked at $197. And now that shit is all the way down to $88 again. That's bad. That's bad. Now, stocks are crazy. You could shoot back up. I don't know. All I know is this isn't a good look. Like right here, they haven't been using capital effectively. When you're messing up like this, the last thing you want to do is really just alienate people, and they're doing it like it doesn't even matter. It's just some interesting stuff in here, like this one. Disney's reputation slumps. Okay, they're up with Dems, but they're down with Republicans. I mean, you could be up with both if you just stopped getting involved in very controversial subjects. You're involved in very controversial things. This is what happens. You alienate a large portion of your customer base. And I mean, they're not doing as good as they used to. And I think it's going to keep getting worse for Disney. I really do. I think that Elemental movie that's coming out, I think that movie's going to flop big time. That movie's launching head to head with The Flash. I wasn't so sure about The Flash until Guardians of the Galaxy 3 came out. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 had a lot riding on it because that was a legitimate good superhero movie. And that movie doing good means that the superhero genre probably still has some life in it. The Flash has audience scores up there with No Way Home. At least that's what I've heard. I've heard it's up there with No Way Home and test scoring. All right. You've got heavy marketing with Michael Keaton as Batman, who, from what I hear, is amazing from watching that Chris Gore review on Film Thread. Here he carries that movie, and he's heavily in it. I hear it's a good movie. And I think it's going to do really, really good. I think it'll probably, if not hit $1 billion, get damn close to $1 billion. And that movie's launching against Elemental, a Pixar movie. I think it's going to crush that movie. I do. So, Little Mermaid, we'll see what that does. But yeah, Disney's just pissed off a lot of people, and it's just not good business. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here. I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.